Hey, I'm Nikki, and this is how to build an exceptional tour theme. Sam H. Ham's interpretation, which I mention often, is a very thick, dense textbook with all sorts of fancy philosophies about tour guiding. And I probably unintentionally read it yearly. I just end up looking up one thing and then rereading the entire book. One of my favorite formulas that he offers is the TORE model, TORE, which says that in order to be effectively communicated, a tour must have a theme, be organized, be relevant, and be entertaining. So TORE is an acronym of those four items. The beauty in this is that you don't have to leave your tour up to chance. Right? Great weather, a group that gets along well, the information and questions that just flow. You can actually have control to consistently get your guests engaged in your tour material. So in this article, I'll define exactly what a tour theme is and offer a fun exercise, I think, for guides to create their own tour themes. So what is the difference between a tour theme and just a tour topic? Right? The topic is what the tour is about. It's the subject material. Maybe your tour is about the ancient Romans or the history of Ellis Island in New York City. Your theme is much deeper. Simply said, it's your point. It's the point of the entire tour. It's what you want guests to discover with you and think about long after the tour has finished. For example, the theme of that tour about the ancient Romans, right? Let's say that tour would have a theme of, much of modern day Italian culture can be traced back to the traditions created by the ancient Roman civilization, right? That's a much deeper thought and a broad thought, but that includes content around the ancient Romans, right, and their history. The theme should really tie together all of the material that you choose to include on your tour. So, what makes a good tour theme? A strong tour theme should have, or should, I should say, spark your guests to consider something new or look at something in a different way. A strong tour theme should create questions for your guests, prompting them to want to know more. And it should be concise. Right? Keep it to one sentence if you can, which will make it easier for your guests to understand. A more complicated theme might not be as obvious, and guests aren't going to want to work to understand what the point of your tour is. It should be fairly obvious. Themes are also very personal, right? So depending on how you build your tours, different guides might have different themes for the same tour. The content is still the same, but their point or their big call to action might actually be different. And that's okay. How to deliver your theme? Important question. There are various methods, right, for how to deliver a theme, but my favorite way is simply to announce it at the end, right? Make it part of your big finish. It's a great way and point in your tour to sum up everything for your guests and create that aha moment for them just before you set them off, right? Gets them to keep thinking about your tour after they've gone on with their day. A theme building exercise, which is great for guides, is to have them actually build themes, during like a team meeting or an atmosphere where they're all together. If you have them kind of brainstorm different themes for the tours they give, they can actually share their own individual themes with each other, which, then inspires other guides to adjust or change their themes. Because it's fine also if guides want the same theme, right? So I might hear my colleague give an amazing theme and be like, oh yeah, I'm going to use that. That's brilliant, right? To do this, simply have your guides answer this question for each tour that they give. At the end of this tour, it is important that my guests understand what, right? So again, it's probably not going to be ancient history. It is important that my guests understand ancient Roman history. Why? Why is that important, right? You have to get away from the facts and the idea that it's about the facts and the information is valuable for the guests. Maybe not. how are you going to inspire them to think differently or look at the world differently through your tour? It's a fun exercise.